ATK in this thing, TKG, what is good with y'all? Man, listen, if y'all were in my Twitch stream yesterday, y'all would have seen that I was reacting to Whole Lotta Red Drop by Playboi Carti. Now, this album has been 2 years in the making, or as a Carti fan would probably say, 2 years in the waiting. And of course, it was an interesting listen. I won't be talking about any of the Iggy Azalea stuff. I'll probably make a talking trash about that, but we're only going to be talking about the songs, and we're going to be rating the album as a whole. So, of course, with all that being said, guys, let's get right into it. So for the first half of this album, Rockstar Made's going to get a 2 out of 10. Go to the Moon's going to get a 7 out of 10. Stop Breathing is going to get an 8 out of 10. Bento is going to get a 6 out of 10. Jump Out the House is going to get a 1 out of 10. And Metamorphoses is going to get a 5 out of 10. Clearly, one of the worst songs on here was, on this album, was Rockstar Made and Jump Out the House. Jump Out the House has got to be the most annoying song on this album. Probably the second most annoying, first most annoying. No matter where you rank it, because I'm sure you guys already know what my most annoying song on here is. If you don't, you must not have been in that Twitch stream yesterday. But Jump Out the House, he literally was just repeating Jump Out the House over and over, and then he had one other verse, and then he went back to saying Jump Out the House, Jump Out the House. You know, it was a short song. I didn't like the energy. It's just... Carti has two modes. He's either annoyingly lit or he's just, aggressively lit. And most people, no, I'm lying. He can also be chill too. And trust me, his chill mode worked. Of course, one of the best songs being Stop Breathing and Go to the Moon. I feel like Kanye West really did justice on that song because he set a really nice energy on there that Carti actually matched. And then Stop Breathing, Carti kind of went, super aggressive, he went in his, a little aggressive tone and sounded kind of like X on that song. So, definitely was a new listen. I see some Carti fans saying they didn't like it, but I mean, it's different. I like it. And then Metamorphoses, that song literally was 50-50 to me. You got Cudi on that song doing a very nice job, or good. No, I think he did a perfect job. And then you got Carti kind of messing up his own song. So I don't know. I didn't like Carti's part too much, but I loved Cudi's part, which is why I gave it a 5 out of 10 instead of giving this. If it was just Carti, this probably would have got a 2 or a 3. But with Cudi, I have to give it a couple more points because Cudi did his thing, but it's not a Cudi song, it's a Carti song. So it won't get a good rating just because Cudi did a good job. If it was his song, then it would have got a higher rating. Bento, I have I have nothing to truly say about it. It did its job, nice energy. There's some songs on here that I can't truly recall just simply due to the fact that there were so many other very interesting standouts. Rockstar Made, again, if I didn't talk about it already, was the worst way to kick off this album. Like, the absolute worst way. Like, his mixing was horrible. His, it's just so much was just wrong about this song. Like, even if you were listening for lyrics, like, of course, Carti's never going to deliver in that endeavor, but here he just sounded so ridiculous. And this is it's very unfortunate that you have to say the intro is a skip. The second quarter of songs, we got Slayer with a 5 out of 10, No Sleep with a 1 out of 10, New Tank with a 6 out of 10, TeenX with a 0 out of 10, an unprecedented rating. Meh with a 4 out of 10, and then Vamp Fiend with a 7 out of 10. Now, personally, I think Slayer and Meh are throwaways, so I won't really talk about them too much. No Sleep to me was just super annoying. I mean, like, Carti is usually always annoying, but this track in particular was just ultra annoying. And then if you listen to the song, you hear that boop, 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 the fucking, it's just... I don't know. It was too much going on in this song, and then not enough on Carti's end, energy wise. So Nah, it's another skip for me. Slayer, No Sleep, man, they're skippers. But New Tank, this was the first song that Cardi actually previewed to us all. They Thought I Was Gay song, as everyone likes to paraphrase it as. Nice energy, nice beat. His usual repetitive self, but it's not to an annoying, extent. I don't mind it too much. I mean, I'm rating these from a Cardi listener perspective, because otherwise, dude, you already know I'm not gonna listen to this album ever again. But of course, TeenX is next, and I really was interested in talking about this song because I don't understand what the fuck this was supposed to be. I mean, we got Cardi here being extra annoying, with the screeching and the shit like that. And then we got Future on here, who somehow is worse than Cardi, and I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Future ruined this song. So this is absolutely one of the worst songs I've heard this year. It's definitely gonna wind up being one of the worst songs of 2021. Because it counts, being that it is the end of the year. So it's just, it's another skip. So Slayer, No Sleep, TeenX, skips. Like the second quarter of this album was just very not enjoyable. But Vamp Theme was pretty good because we got a song with a very nice beat, a very good energy from Cardi finally. And then, of course, let's just talk about that damn beat. It very much was like, if this album was vampire themed or something like that, hey, he probably would have sold me. You got beats like this, and I probably would have listened to the entire album without even, paying attention to his lyrics too much. But yeah, the beat is what saved this song. Otherwise, it would have definitely been about a 4 or 5 out of 10. Now we're in the third quarter, and we have New Neon with an 8 out of 10, Control with a 4 out of 10, Punk Monk with a 3 out of 10, On That Time with a 4 out of 10, King Vamp with a 4 out of 10, and then Place with the highest rating in the entire album with a 9 out of 10. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't really care to talk about the 4, the Control, Punk Monk, On That Time, and King Vamp. Those were all skips. I think King Vamp had the worst beat of this entire album. And then Control just, Cardi just sounded like he was trying to test out his singing ability, and it was just a big fail. And then Punk Monk and On That Time were just 2 real big skips. New Neon, though. I really like when Uzi tries to sound, when Cardi tries to sound like Uzi. Now, of course, that was a play on, because, of course, I know these two try to sound like each other a lot. If you listen to Sasuke, it clearly sounds like Lil Uzi Vert's trying to sound like Playboi Carti. And listening to this song, it clearly sounds like Cardi is trying to sound like Uzi. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the beat mixed with how he sounds on the track, mixed with him not even, not him being so repetitive. Like, this was new. He wasn't being too repetitive. He was kind of doing more and more rapping. And it was like, hey, that's, okay. If Cardi does less repetitive shit, I could listen to him on a daily occasion, but he doesn't do that. So sadly, that's not the case. We're going to skip all the way down to Place, and we're finally getting started with the streaks here, because this song got, a good song streak going on this album. Chill. Cardi was not being too ignorant. He wasn't really repeating shit over and over. It really reminded you of his past, like when Cardi first got found out about. Because this is how he used to do his rapping. I could tell that this was a pre-Whole Lotta Red song, because it sounds complete. It sounds all the way made and ready. A lot of these songs sound, rushed, and like, he had to finish them like last night or something like that. So, last night being, of course, on the 24th, and I'm recording this on the 26th, so that made no sense. But of course, that would kick off a good streak for the next 3 songs you're about to see in the final quarter of this album. And of course, we have the 4th and final quarter of this album with Sky with an 8 out of 10, Over with an 8 out of 10, I Love You, I Hate You with a 7 out of 10, Die For My Guy with a 6 out of 10, Not Playing with a 6 out of 10, and of course the final song, Feel Like Dying with a 5 out of 10. This clearly was the best part of the album to me, and not because the album was ending. We're not going to joke around like that. I mean, it kind of was, but Sky, Over, I Love You, I Hate You, along with Place from the 3rd quarter, those were clearly the best songs of the album. I really love when he kind of uses his real voice to kind of rap, or, you know, it's not so like babyish, but he kind of treads the line with sounding like Uzi and then sounding like himself. You know, it's, you know, I loved it. I liked it. You know, it reminded me of what Cardi is very capable of doing, and that's making Magnolia type hits. And I'm not going to cling to nostalgia, because that is usually what messes up so many people's ability to enjoy an artist. They want them to revert back to their old styles. But personally, I do think that Cardi has a gold mine in this style that he has here, that he had in particular with Over and I Love You, I Hate You. Like, those 2 songs are the standouts. I mean, you know, I really like Cardi's chill style. Like, that style of Cardi, I'm able to listen to on a regular occasion. I'm not ashamed to say that. Die For My Guy, or Die For Guy, I don't know why I had a typo like that, but Not Playing and Die For My Guy, 2, I mean, they were both good songs. Not Playing, I like the beat there. One of the best beats on the album, and that's why it's ranked so high. And then, of course, you know, you're not really gonna, you know, count on Cardi to pick up lyricism. He kind of just says the same stuff over and over. So, Feel Like Dying, I'm not gonna lie to you, he was kind of, you know, yeah, he really messed this up. Like, he had an opportunity to ride out with his hand held high, and he wound up like fucking it up at the end of the song. And I mean, this was really a bad end to the album, mid-end to the album, so you could say. But I mean, at the end of the day, I was taken aback by the fact that he even had songs that I would enjoy on here. And you know, that little 4-song streak, that's in my playlist. Like, y'all probably think I hate Cardi because of my personal issues with him, but nah, them songs are bangers. You gotta, yeah. I implore you, if you've tried to listen to Whole Lotta Red, if this is your first kind of listen or take on this album, go listen to those 4 songs first, because you will not be disappointed. Trust me. But I mean, that's all we got. Now let's rank the album. And of course, here we are, the moment you've all been waiting for. What do I overall think about this album? What is the overall rank of Whole Lotta Red? This album was 2 years in the making, man. 2 fucking years. Like, he literally kept us waiting for 2 years. And I honestly think he wouldn't have dropped it had his fan base not pressured him so much into doing so. But I digress. So, of course, here we go. Amongst Limbo and Damn and Eternal Atake and Good News, where does Whole Lotta Red rank? Well, it is a 5.1 out of 10, which means that it's going to be a album that I think needs work. And it's actually going to be 0.1 less than Good News, which means that this album is almost as good as Megan Thee Stallion's, some people saying, her best album, which I disagree with. So, yeah, whatever I thought about Good News is exactly what I think about Whole Lotta Red. I think that this album had potential. I feel like it could have been better had Cardi spent actual, quality time on it, that he had actually spent time on each track. But I listened to it and it sounds rushed. It doesn't sound like, he was ready to put it out. Some songs just sound like he just was doing the trademark, and shit like that, just to, it's like filler songs. Like, there's 24 fucking songs on this album. So many of these songs just sound like filler. And it's like there are some, there are definitely some hits on here, but there are way more misses and skips than there are hits on here. I like Place. I like Over. I like Sky. I like I Love You, I Hate You. I like, there's songs on here that I like. There are definitely songs on here that I like. And I was under the impression that I was going to like nothing on this album. And I was going to call it one of the worst albums of the year. And I probably can still do such. But here's my thing. I don't understand why people, gave it so much credit. Why people thought that this was going to be another classic, because it definitely does not have, like, even for Cardi fan standards, I possibly, you possibly have like 9 out of 24 songs on here that you can listen to over and over again. And that's still under 50% of the album. So I don't know. There should be no excuses. There should be no, fake love for this album. I think it needs work. I think it could have been better. What about you guys? What do you think? Do you think that Whole Lotta Red was good? You think it was bad? You agree with me? You think that it needs a whole lot of work? Go ahead and comment in the comment section below. And of course, follow the social medias in the description box. And of course, you go to that little bell and that red button that says subscribe. Go ahead and hit that button, both buttons, motherfucker. Hit both buttons if you want to see more content like this. Well, obviously, probably not more content like this. I feel like this is one of my worst videos. You know what I'm saying? Cardi fan standards is one of my worst videos, because I said Whole Lotta Red was bad. When I should have been saying it was a 10 out of 10 and it was the best album of the year, possibly the millennium. Dislike this video. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. But you already know what it is, guys. Vibe, have a good time, and I'll see y'all later, man. I'm out of breath. Peace.